Hello everybody, Accureye here, and welcome back to my Accureye 101, tips video on Dark Souls 3. So, today we are going to be showing you my tips on how to defeat the second boss in the High Wall of Lord, or the second boss in Dark Souls 3. I was going to do a part 4 of everything in the High Wall of Lorik, but unfortunately there are only a few things left in the High Wall of Lorik that, I could show you where to get. And I thought that because there's only a few things left, and because they're not until a late game that I can get the last item in the High Wall of Lorik, I would just freeze that for now and move on to the second boss and showing you my tips on how to defeat the second boss in the High Wall of Lorik. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go down. Now, of course, the first time I was trying to make this a one-shot, one-take, because obviously I do have great experience with Dark Souls, but unfortunately, Dark Souls just did not want any of it. I mean, seriously, Dark Souls was just, it took me a lot of tries just to get it right. So, with that being said, you're going to see that through this cut, even though it is a short video, shorter than most of my other Dark Souls videos, you're going to see that through this cut, I ended up just getting kind of frustrated. Because, it took me a lot of tries, but that's partly because I think I was tired. So, obviously, I was a little hindered at that point. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and I'll show you my tips and give you my tips for the High Wall of Lorik and this fight. With that being said, hopefully you will be able to defeat the second boss in the High Wall of Lorik, or the second boss which is in the High Wall of Lorik. But like I said, there are only a few other items left in the High Wall of Lorik that I could show you how to get. And unfortunately, one of the items that I could get in the High Wall of Lorik isn't until later games. So with that being said, I couldn't really show you exactly where to get it at the moment. But, you'll know where it is because I've obviously shown you it before, but I haven't really gotten it yet. Anyway, with that being said, I don't know what I was doing here when I was, I guess I was just trying to attack these people. But anyway, with that being said, let me ask you all a question if you all are here watching this video, and of course you probably are, but what is the most difficult boss in your opinion of Dark Souls 3? And this is in your opinion, not in my opinion. You'll obviously see a few of the bosses that, in my opinion, were just extremely tough. Anyway, I'm going to keep this as spoiler-free as possible for those of you who have not played Dark Souls 3. So if you want to see the climax for this, you can always just watch it if I ever stream it on YouTube, on Twitch. Or you can see it for yourself. Personally, I would say see it for yourself as, it would match your character and not one of my characters, for say. So, I'm going to go ahead and skip the climax and we're getting right into the boss. So, first things first, always two-hand your weapon. I made this mistake early on in this first try, as you can see, that, I forgot to two-hand my weapon. You'll see that later on, I'll two-hand it, but yeah. And then always stay under this guy. He swings his hammer pretty wide, and he'll always try to grab some distance away from you so that his hammer has maximum hit range. So don't be afraid to stay under this guy when it comes to the Voldart of Bophilia Valley, the second boss. And then in the second task, just make sure you always dodge like crazy when it comes to the second part. And then here, instead of trying to get multiple hits like I did here, I would recommend you R2 or right trigger charge attack that guy, because he has like a 3 or 4 second radius to He has like a 3 or 4 second radius to actually, freeze you for a second. And there, I was a little too close and you saw me get hit by the hammer. But moving on to the actual successful try, and I'm going to call this, of course, the successful try here. You'll see that as we move on to the successful try, yeah, this one actually worked out a lot better. And, you know, you're probably wondering, well, Accureye, why the heck are you running through this point? At this point, I really wanted to just run through, get to the boss so that I could actually do it for you all. And that's why you'll see that what I'm doing here and why I'm just running through is because, like I said, it took me a long time. I wasn't in my game when I was recording this, so it took me a long time to just, you know, literally have, you know, actual success. But we're going to basically call this the second try, and you'll see here how basically I ended up being successful. And as you see, you'll see that I'll go through these shortcuts and stuff. Those are the shortcuts you want to take if you want to get to these bosses. Two-hand your weapon. If you can preemptively two-hand your weapon, go ahead and preemptively two-hand it, because it's always better to make sure that when you fight these bosses, you two-hand your weapon. You know, don't log onto this guy unless you really need to. As you can see here on the successful attempt, I pretty much two-handed, the whole time, and I was pretty much just basically, you know, basically just staying right under him. I mean, that's what I would recommend you do. It's just magically stay under him. Don't worry about, you know, you being too close to him. Don't try to play the distance game too often, because most of the time he is not going to be that much of a harm to you, very often. And then, of course, when he charges like this, as you can see here, charge. Once he freezes or tries to do that freeze attack, like I said, R2, charge him, and then it's just a matter of, you know, taking on the game. If you have to heal, heal. But here, in this second phase, as I call it, watch out for the double hammer attack. The double hammer attack is basically a double whammy. Try not to get hit by it, and you'll see here how I try to distance myself a little bit from it so I could heal. But that's what you should do, because in this second phase, he's going to try to hammer down on you 2 times. But if you've done it successfully, as you can see here, like here, then if you always stay under him, you've done it successfully, and you kind of copy this move set I did, you should have no problem. And that is how you defeat this boss in melee range. So with that being said, thank you everyone for joining me on this video. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, get subscribed, follow me on, hit that bell notification so you know when my next video drops next. You want to follow me on Twitch and see what I'm doing live on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, follow me at www.twitch.tv/Accureye. But until then, thank you everyone for joining me. And until the next one, this is Accureye signing out and saying farewell, everyone.